iOS 18.2 may not have grabbed headlines like other releases, but for those paying attention to the finer details, it offers a simple yet brilliant feature that could significantly improve the user experience. As someone who's been testing iOS 18.2 since the first beta, I have been fortunate enough to explore this update early. However, like many, I often focus on the most prominent features or those that stand out in press releases, which is why the subtle addition of the volume limit feature almost escaped my notice. You see, I'm a European iPhone user, and that means I haven't had access to some of the high-profile Apple Intelligence features rolled out with iOS 18.2. Apple Intelligence introduces advanced functionalities like enhanced Siri capabilities, AI-driven suggestions, and new methods of data privacy management that many have been talking about. In a region like Europe, these features are often limited or delayed due to various regulatory or logistical reasons. As a result, I didn't dive too deep into iOS 18.2's smaller features, even though I had been running the beta from the very start. But then I stumbled across Volume Limit, a feature that quickly became my favorite aspect of this release. This simple addition to the sound and haptic settings allows you to set a maximum volume limit for your iPhone's speaker. Why is this so groundbreaking? Because it has the potential to help users safeguard their hearing in a world where excessive noise is an ever-present threat. As someone with a deep interest in hearing health thanks to my personal struggles with hearing loss, this feature felt tailor-made for me. Over the years, I'd become increasingly sensitive to loud sounds, especially in settings like crowded events, concerts, or when listening to music through headphones. Loud, prolonged exposure to sound is a well-known risk factor for hearing damage, and with increasing awareness about this, Apple has included multiple tools to help users monitor and protect their hearing. Volume Limit is another important tool in this fight against hearing loss, one that I plan to use religiously. My journey with hearing health. Before diving into the details of the Volume Limit feature, it's worth understanding why this specific functionality caught my attention. As someone with mild hearing loss, I have been relying on technology to help me preserve my hearing and make more conscious choices about when and how to listen to audio. Apple has been incredibly supportive in this regard, particularly with their AirPods Pro 2. The AirPods Pro 2 offer a highly personalized hearing experience with built-in features like the hearing test and hearing aid mode. These technologies allow the AirPods to adjust the sound based on your individual hearing profile, making listening to music or podcasts a more tailored experience. The hearing aid function takes this even further by offering an amplification of environmental sounds in a way that enhances speech and important noises, while reducing background noise. This has been an incredible feature for me, especially when I'm out running errands or training for marathons, when I need to balance awareness of my surroundings with the enjoyment of music. In addition to the AirPods, the iPhone itself has built-in features aimed at protecting hearing. The headphone safety feature, which reduces loud sounds by adjusting volume automatically, has been a key tool for me. But even with this feature, the iPhone's speaker volume remained a significant concern. When I'm running, training for marathons, or simply enjoying a long workout, I often listen to music or podcasts for extended periods. The problem with this is that it's easy to forget that listening at high volumes, especially for extended hours, can take a toll on hearing health. Volume control, a game changer. The volume limit feature in iOS 18.2 is an exciting addition to Apple's arsenal of hearing protection tools. Found in the Sound and Haptics menu under Settings, this simple feature allows you to set a maximum volume limit for your iPhone's speakers. Once activated, the iPhone will never play audio through its built-in speakers louder than the percentage you set, whether it's music, movies, or podcasts. The volume limit feature only applies to media playback and does not affect phone calls, FaceTime calls, emergency alerts, alarms, or system sounds, which are crucial in emergency situations. Once the feature is turned on, you can choose a limit ranging from 20% to 90%. For example, if you set the volume limit to 60%, the speaker won't go above 60% of its maximum capacity. Even if you try to increase the volume by adjusting the volume bar, you'll hit the limit you set. The volume bar will reflect this by showing the limit as the maximum volume achievable. What makes this so powerful is its ability to prevent accidental exposure to dangerously loud media, especially in environments where you might not always be fully aware of your surroundings. For instance, if you're at a CAF or at a gym where the ambient noise is louder than usual, you might naturally try to increase the volume to compensate. The volume limit feature ensures that the volume never goes beyond your preset threshold, helping to preserve your hearing while still offering enough volume to enjoy your media. For me, this is an invaluable tool. It's simple but incredibly effective. Setting the volume limit to 60% for the iPhone's speakers gives me peace of mind that I won't ever be accidentally subjected to unnecessarily high volumes when listening to audio. It adds a layer of protection against sudden loud bursts of sound that can lead to hearing damage over time. Even though the iPhone already notifies me when the surrounding noise is too loud, this feature extends that protection to the device itself. It's a measure of preventative health that will likely go unnoticed by many but could be a lifesaver for users like myself who are trying to manage or avoid hearing loss. How volume limit works. As mentioned earlier, once you toggle the volume limit on in the Sound and Haptics menu, you'll be able to select a maximum volume percentage, ranging from 20% to 90%. If you select 60%, the iPhone speaker will never exceed 60% of the available volume regardless of how you adjust the volume controls. The feature works seamlessly for media playback through the iPhone's internal speakers. Whether you're watching movies, listening to music, or streaming a podcast, the volume will never exceed your set limit. The only time you'll be able to exceed this limit is when you adjust the volume for a call or other system alert, such as an alarm or emergency notification. These alerts are left unaffected because they're considered essential for your safety, which makes sense. The ability to control volume with such precision allows users to tailor the audio experience without worrying about accidental exposure to loud, damaging sounds. Even if the iPhone speakers are powerful enough to fill a room, you won't need to worry about cranking the volume to maximum levels. This gives you complete control over your listening experience, protecting your hearing over time. This new volume limit feature fits into a larger context of iPhone features that are aimed at promoting hearing health. Together with features like headphone safety and the hearing test on AirPods Pro, iOS 18.2's volume limit allows you to take control over your audio environment. For me, using the AirPods volume automation alongside the iPhone's built-in volume limit feature will ensure that my exposure to high-volume sounds is as limited as possible. My goal is clear. I want to enjoy media without risking further damage to my hearing. Setting a volume limit is just one of the ways I can achieve that. The iPhone's focus on protecting hearing has made a huge difference in my day-to-day life, especially when listening to music and podcasts for hours on end while training for marathons. While iOS 18.2 brought many high-profile features, especially those tied to Apple Intelligence, it's the quieter additions like volume limit that can make a world of difference for people like me. With this feature, Apple continues its commitment to user health, adding another layer of protection against hearing loss. Whether you're an audiophile, a fitness enthusiast, or someone just trying to avoid damage to your hearing, this update is something worth using. With the volume limit, you're given more control over your device than ever before. It's not just about louder or quieter, it's about making the decision to protect yourself and your hearing in a world filled with noise. For anyone serious about preserving their hearing for years to come, this simple yet effective feature should be a staple in their iPhone toolkit.